Let me talk about the SDG goals, particularly related to food and agriculture. The FAO report tracking progress on food and agriculture related to SDG indicators, which was released in 2021, states that basically that we are not on track even before the COVID-19. And with the onset of the COVID-19, things have become much more worse because COVID-19 has had impacts particularly in terms of access to food, employment opportunities. So it is going to be a big challenge. And I think that is the reason why it is very important that countries redouble their efforts, and also all stakeholders across the sectors need to come together to address issues related to food and agriculture. In India, COVID-19, while every other sector took a hit, it is agriculture which actually continued and continued to support. And I think this is something that not just the country but other countries in the world need to learn from, like how investing in agriculture and particularly investing in terms of public stocks. These are very critical. So that means that when we have to cope with pandemics, we have the buffer stocks that are available for a country to be able to provide support to the communities. And this is one of the things that we need to really do. Apart from that, I think we need to be also focusing on how do we, as we go forward in terms of how do we can increase employment opportunities. That means that we need to work with rural communities, engage with them, identify how we can work across the value chain as we are trying to expand employment opportunities. So it is not just about production, but also looking at how we can go beyond production and to the entire value chain process so that communities are engaged adequately and there are employment opportunities for everyone. One of the things about agriculture is that agriculture impacts climate and is also severely impacted by climate, in the sense that we do know that agriculture and allied sectors contribute to GHG emissions, and at the same time, because of climate variability and increasing warming temperatures, means that because of floods and at the same time droughts, these impact productivity. These are one of the major challenges. Apart from that, increasing temperatures mean that productivity goes down, particularly both in plants and animals. So this is one of the major challenges. But also the solution lies in agriculture, in the sense that how we need to transform agriculture. It is very important that we work with communities in terms of how we can transform the way they go about agriculture. By that I mean that we need to be looking at how we choose crops. Our policies have been focused on addressing issues related to food security. We have achieved food security. It is time for us to look at how we can address issues related to nutrition security. And I think in some ways, nutrition security, the challenge of nutrition security provides us an opportunity, in the sense that we now need to think about how we make our crop choices. So we could encourage farmers to kind of grow crops which are more climate resilient, less water demanding, and so that's the reason why we could be encouraging farmers to moving towards production of millets, and the government is moving in the right direction in that one. We have had tremendous success in terms of achieving food security from where we were in the 1960s. Despite the increasing population, we've been able to continuously increase our production levels and continuously over the last 5 to 6 decades and address issues related to food security. It is time for us to now try to address the issues of nutrition security. And I think we are also very well poised on that in the sense that we know that for ensuring sustainability of agriculture, we need to ensure better use of natural resources. And in a way, that means that we need to kind of diversify our basket and also diversify the food that we eat. And that provides an opportunity in the sense that we need to be looking at not just rice and wheat systems, but need to be looking at other cereals, and that way therein comes the millets. Apart from that, I think also what we have to do is, and the government is already starting to look at, is that how we can ensure when we encourage communities to produce millets, how we can ensure that millets are also procured into the PDS system, so that communities can grow locally and eat locally. Yeah, that would be one thing that we could really do. And also in some ways that if you can grow locally and eat locally, that would also reduce the carbon footprint and impacts on climate.